Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, my Kiwinoy fam. If this is your first time, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. If you are coming back to our channel for this new video, thank you so much, and please don't forget to share it to your family and friends as well. On our previous videos, we've talked about converting your overseas driver's license to a New Zealand driver's license. So this time we will talk about what if you came here to New Zealand, you don't know how to drive, so you learn how to drive here. How do you get your driver's license? If this sounds like something that will be helpful for you, don't leave this video. This is actually the case for me. When we moved here to New Zealand, I didn't know how to drive, so my dad taught me how to drive here in New Zealand, and I had to get my driver's license following the full 3-stage process of getting your driver's license. So first of all, you need to get your learner's license. This will make you legal to be driving around the city or around the country to practice your driving or to learn how to drive. To get your learner's license, you need to go to a driving licensing agent, which is again either the AA or the VTNZ, and then you need to fill up an application form, which is this one. The minimum age to apply for a learner's license here in New Zealand is 16 years old. Don't forget to bring with you a proof of identity. A passport would be the best one. After that, you will then do a eye test, which you need to pass, and they will take a photo and a signature to be placed on your learner's driver's license. Just remember, when they're taking your photo for your driver's license, you are actually allowed to smile, unlike your passport photos. I just think that it makes so much difference, because that is something that you will carry everywhere you go, and it will then be the most accessible proof of identity that you have, instead of carrying your passport all the time. Also, before they award you your learner's license, you need to sit a theory exam, which covers the New Zealand road code, so don't forget to review the road code. Again, like I've mentioned in the previous video, you can download this app and you can use this to study the road code so that you are sure to pass your theory exam. The learner's test costs $93.90. If for any reason you fail your theory exam, then you will need to pay another $45 to resit your theory exam. So again, review the road code. It is very important. Once you've been awarded your learner's license, that is valid for 5 years, so you can use that for 5 years. However, remember that when you're on your learner's license, you are very restricted on what you can do, meaning you cannot drive on your own. Someone needs to be with you, and that person needs to be holding a full driver's license. Also, you cannot drive before 5 in the morning and after 10 at night. And lastly, every time you're driving, you must have L plates in your car, which stands for learners, which means that you are learning, you are more prone to committing errors, and this will make the motorists be more cautious when driving around you and also more considerate. The second stage after the learner's license is your restricted license. Now with the restricted, you can apply for it after you've had your learner's license for 6 months. So once you've got your learner's license, after 6 months, you can then either apply for your restricted license, or if you feel like you're not yet ready for that, before your 5 years expires, make sure that you renew your learner's license, which will be good for another 90 days while you prepare yourself for the restricted exam. Going for your restricted license is very easy. You can either book online on New Zealand Transport, or you can go to a driver licensing agent, again AA or VTNZ, fill up an application form and book your driving test. Now, if you remember, for your learner's license, you need to sit a theory exam, which is all about the road code of New Zealand. For your restricted license, you need to do and pass a practical driving test, which is an hour long. And on this test, your assessor will definitely ask you to do a parallel park and a 3-point turn. The main things to remember when doing your restricted driver's license exam is don't forget to indicate, and when going around the roundabout, make sure that you are only running at 20 km per hour. And more importantly, don't forget to give way, and if it's a stop sign, you must stop. Your wheels must not roll, and you must stop for at least 2 seconds. I've pretty much memorized the restricted exam because I had to sit my restricted exam 3 times before I actually passed. To go from your learner's license to the restricted license, it costs $134. If you fail your practical test, then you have to pay $86 every time you have to sit your exam again. It is a lot of money, so you have to be very careful and go for it only when you are prepared. Few important things to remember when you go for your practical exam. You must check that your car is in a good working condition. Before you start your test, they will test that the horn is working, that your indicator lights are working, your brake lights are working, and that your warrant of fitness and car registration are up to date. If those are not up to date, you will not be allowed to take the exam, and you will have to pay that exam fee again when you rebook your practical test. Also, you must remember that because you are still on your learner's license when you sit your practical test, you must still have your L plates in your car, and do not drive yourself alone to the testing center, because remember, you're still on your learner's license, and with the learner's license you are not allowed to drive on your own. So ask someone to drive you. Right, and lastly, the third stage is your full driver's license. So once you've been awarded with your restricted license, just like with the learner's license, you still have some restrictions. Although you can now drive on your own, you still can't drive before 5 in the morning and after 10 at night. And also you cannot drive other people unless they are your immediate family. Finally, once you're ready and that you have held your restricted license long enough, you can then go for your full driver's license. Before we go to the full driver's license exam, I must mention that you can do a defensive driving course. Now, this will lessen the amount of time required for you to hold your restricted license before you can apply for your full driver's license. So if you are 18 years old and above, you can do the defensive driving course. If you are 25 years old and above, you need to hold your restricted license for at least 18 months before you can do your full license. But if you did the defensive driving, then you need to only hold your restricted driver's license for a year before you can go for your full driver's license. If you're 25 years old and below, you need to hold your restricted license for at least 18 months before you can do your full driver's test. If you do the defensive driving course, then that cuts it down to just 12 months before you can do your full driver's license test. If you're 25 years old and over, then you need to hold your restricted license for 6 months before you can sit your full driver's license test. But again, if you do the defensive driving course, then that cuts it down to just 3 months before you can sit your full driver's exam. To apply for your full driver's license test, again, you can either do it online on the New Zealand Transport Agency website, or you can go to AA or VTNZ to fill up an application form. You will need to pass an eye test again, and they will take a photo and a signature to be placed on your new driver's license. If you're booking for your full driver's license early because you did the defensive driving course, then don't forget to bring with you your course certificate as a proof that you did do the course and that you passed. Your practical test for your full driver's license is $109. If for any reason you fail, then you will have to pay another $59 to resit your practical test. So like what I've mentioned on the previous video, when booking for your practical driving test, just remember not to book them during the school holidays, around 9 in the morning and around 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon, because those are the times when the roads are going to be very busy and you don't want any added stress and pressure when you're sitting your driver's license exam. The practical test to go on your full license only lasts for half an hour. When you do your practical test for your full driver's license, this is when the assessor will then ask you, okay, can you please tell me what hazards do you see? This is when you would tell him or her that you're watching out for the incoming traffic, or for the pedestrian crossing, or for the car in front of you, for the car turning from your right or turning from your left. So I will end this video here. If you have any other questions about obtaining your driver's license here in New Zealand, please feel free to pop them in the comment section and I will do my best to answer your questions. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, then please do so before this video ends. I will see you all on our next video. Bye now.